So not too long ago, I did a video on Panther plus Real Velociraptor, as requested by someone who was very, very persistent in the comments. And honestly, I was never 100% satisfied with the way the team turned out. So today we're going to make some improvements to that team and show that you can get a little bit more creative than I was being in the previous run. I think at the time I was struggling so badly that it essentially ended up just being big stats on the units and then hoping that the Panther combo went off. But this run works out a lot better in terms of what I was hoping for from that combo. So pretty standard start here. I don't take the gold pets too often these days, but taking Swan and Weasel or Bigfoot, any of those, if you take them in your custom pack, you immediately see a huge difference in terms of how easy it is to get specific combos set up. I mean, if you think about it, if you're trying to get, 5 specific units, which we are in this particular run, or maybe there's 1 or 2 that we could have a choice between a couple of different pets. But when you're going for specific units, you need that extra gold to be able to roll tons of times and then just not automatically lose. Actually, here, someone has level 3 Swan on turn 6 there, so lucky them. Yeah, it looks like I'm jealously going to check their team. Yeah, they just ended up getting level 3 Swan naturally instead of Guinea Pig Water of Youth or something. So here we get a couple of the units that we want. So Panther and Lynx. And I would have been okay with some of the other sniping pets, but Lynx is generally pretty solid because as soon as you pick it up, it tends to be a little bit stronger because if you still have early game units that are higher levels, then the snipe damage is going to go up. And oftentimes after you've picked the Lynx up and you start pivoting into your later game units, the snipe damage from the Lynx can go down. Now, unfortunately, in that last turn, we ended up getting beaten by 1 big sea turtle at the front. Plenty of teams out there with 1 big unit, but generally it's not sea turtle. And now we get the Cuckoo, and Cuckoo is vitally important to this team. And this was an interaction that I kind of stumbled on by accident. I'm not sure if I was playing a random pack or if I was just altering the Panther pack that I was using last time. But this works out really nicely, and you'll see why very shortly. Now, at the end of last year, I did a very long video doing top 10 lists, and I had one list about underrated pets, and I feel like Cuckoo is one of the most underrated units in the whole game. It's just ultra powerful in a whole range of different scenarios, and I think we're going to demonstrate that here. We take the level up on the Lynx, which is going to keep us alive a bit longer, I think, since we don't really have our Panther combo set up yet. Now, this is another extremely powerful combo that you very seldom see. Level 2 Fairy Ball with Garlic. So that means it's blocking, 6 damage per hit? Something like that. So 50% better than the old broken lemon that had to be patched out. So I do have the option for Fig there, but I really want Tomato. So that's what we're going to focus on getting. And then I think, we're just going to keep the Blobfish on board so that we can pill it onto the Panther as soon as we get the chance. Back-to-back Fairy Armadillo teams, you don't really see that very often. They also had level 2 Rockhopper already. But I think, with the Blobfish level up stats, we're actually going to have just enough to knock out the Retriever. That was incredibly lucky. Now, maintaining hearts is important with this because there's a very good chance this team's just going to fall apart against sniping opponents, but hopefully we can avoid them. So I'm just hard rolling down looking for the last things I need. And obviously one of them is Real Velociraptor because that was part of the original combo, but a Blobfish level would be fine as well. So that was a complete dud of a turn. We didn't buy anything at all. And then we faced this relatively weak looking team. They almost look free to play except for Eagle. So kind of a strange squad where they've got level 2 Chimpanzee, but not much in the way of Corn Cobs. Is that back-to-back opponents that have level 2 tier 6s already? So here we can sell this one now, we get the Real Velociraptor, we take the level up, And then, okay, we're going to take Mongoose for television, I think, since we have 3 hearts. And now I just need to find the perk that I wanted. Strange connection closed thing there. So we get the tomato. Hopefully we'll be able to see the combo go off in the next battle. I can't remember if that's what happens. Okay, fairly unusual looking mole team. Maybe this is a random pack actually. The Cuckoo blocks the mole, and the mole actually still takes the perks, which is interesting, but now you can see how this works. The Panther snipes the backline units, which forces the Cuckoo to trigger, and then that gives the Panther another free before attack trigger. So extremely powerful when it actually works. And you can see that the Cuckoo chicks push the bigger units further back on the opposing team so that then they take all the damage from the tomato. It's so satisfying when this goes off. It's just incredibly frustrating trying to get it set up. So here's another fairly strong looking team, but the coconut crab gets pushed to the back and sniped, and they end up getting nothing from the camel. And then the second Panther comes in, kills the camel. Unfortunately, we don't have level 2 real velo, so it doesn't get to reload. But that was the ultimate goal. However, you can see we're now on 9 wins on turn 14. And since we have so little scaling, we really need to be trying to win right now. Because even though we have 3 hearts, it's very unlikely that we're going to be able to go much further beyond this point. And then look at this, another one big unit team. Unfortunately, the ailment causes the real velo trigger to be used up. But we end up pushing the weasel right to the back. And we still have the double hit from the Panther. And so it's a pretty comfortable win for the Panther, Tomato, Cuckoo, Real Velo team. Now we'll have a look at some bonus clips. These are from losing runs, but they were incredibly fun rounds at the time where it looks like the team just has no chance. But because of the way that the Cuckoo interaction works, giving the Panther the extra chance to snipe, we are actually going to be able to... yeah, maybe not win here. Okay, no, we are going to win. So that looked like an unwinnable matchup, but because of this interaction, it ends up being a victory. Here we snipe a hedgehog with a pineapple, and again the Panther gets to double shoot. Now, of course, you could do better than double shooting if you had multiple real velos, but we do end up having to take a space on our team for the Cuckoo. And I felt like I needed Lynx and Crocodile in this particular run to actually get any knockouts. Here's someone with Moby Dick turning into a hedgehog. I suppose you could replace the 2 snipers here with maybe something like Swordfish. And then this is a super strange situation at the end here where we actually push the mammoth all the way to the back and then snipe it. So the Cuckoo chicks all got buffed. I did a video about back mammoth in Turtle Pack not too long ago, so it was really funny to see that scenario come up in a real game. Again, here's a round where the real velo trigger gets wasted on the ailment, so we only get 1 round of snipes. And they end up having pineapple plus rhino at the very back of the team, which unfortunately is going to result in a tie. Still pretty funny round though. And then look at this one. They've got Lamprey at the front. We knock out some stuff, but then the Cuckoo chicks get instant killed by the Lamprey, which denies the Panther the second trigger. And I could be wrong, but I'm not sure we would we have actually tied there? I think we could have tied or won there if they didn't have Lamprey at the front. So really bizarre situation. This team was producing a lot of fun highlight clips. Here's Cuckoo versus Cuckoo, and we just completely delete everything other than the nudibranch at the front, and it's a victory. Of course, at this point in the game, I know I'm never going to win the run because, you know, we only have 1 heart. We've got too far to go. Sooner or later, we're going to run into an unbeatable team. But here's a leech camel squad. We push the leech all the way to the back and then massively reduce its health. But I think, yeah, because of those buffs, we don't quite have enough to knock it out. Next round, here's Ultradadamus, the person who plays Beluga, Small One, Kraken every day. But the Cuckoo actually blocks the summon. I think maybe that wasn't actually a great one. I think it was octopus that got thrown off screen there, and we win by 1 HP. And then here's Troubadour with a sloth. This video actually just came out today, so I'll put a link to it in the description. But then I also just want to say, warning for a white screen after this clip, because we're going to take a look at a new SAP game that, a new SAP puzzle game that someone has created a website for. So in 3, 2, 1, okay, here we go. This is SAPdoku. So very fun puzzle thing that was brought to my attention yesterday. The idea here is that you have a 3x3 grid, and then there are categories across the top and the left-hand side. And you basically have to think of pets that satisfy the two conditions. So Lynx is tier 4 and disruption. And then we have to try and think of pets to fill up all the other boxes. Now, the Lynx has a green border, which means we were correct there. So, if you make a mistake, it turns red. And I think you only get a certain number of mistakes. We've got 5 hearts at the bottom. Once they're exhausted, then the game is over. I think in general, this is not particularly difficult. It's just nice and relaxing. And you can take as much time as you like on it. There is a timer at the bottom, but honestly, who cares about that? So Hammerhead Shark we're going to go for as tier 6 plus gold or roll. I quite like how they've grouped together gold and roll because essentially they are the same thing, or they're very, very similar. And then I think at this point I sat for a long time trying to think of a gold pet that has more attack than health, because I could be wrong, but most of the gold pets all have lower attack than health. And as you can see, if we fast forward to the end, I've filled up all the other boxes, and I'm still thinking, we're up to 3 minutes on the timer, and I'm still trying to think of a pet that is gold. And then I realize pig counts as gold. Even though it doesn't generate gold, it does sell for more gold. So there we go. There's the grid completed, and that was yesterday's one. And there's a new puzzle every day, so I encourage you to check the website out at sapdoku.com. The link will also be in the description.